People of Reddit, what is your we should never meet our hero's story?
Story 1.
Bill fucking Nye. I grew up in a cozy little neighborhood in Seattle, right down the street from none other than Bill Nye. Yeah, the science guy himself. Now, you might think it would be totally rad to have a famous guy like that living nearby, but let me tell you, almost everyone in my age group has some crazy story about the guy, and they ain't all sunshine and rainbows. I'll never forget the time I spotted Bill Nye at our local grocery store. I was just a wide-eyed 6 or 7-year-old, mind you, so I was super excited to see him. I tugged on my mom's sleeve and exclaimed, "Wow, look, it's Bill Nye." Well, let me tell you, the reaction I got from the science guy himself was anything but pleasant. In a loud, booming voice, he shouted, "God damn it," and stormed out of the store, huffing and puffing, stomping his feet as he went. Talk about a memorable encounter, right? But wait, there's more. Remember my friend whose dad was a producer on the Bill Nye Show? Well, one day, his dad took him to work and my buddy mustered up the courage to ask Bill to sign a book and have a quick chat. Can you guess what happened? Yep, you got it. Bill told my friend's dad to go fuck himself and threw some insults his way, saying he'd never talk to some little punk bitch brat. Well, thankfully, my friend's dad had a bit of clout and pulled rank. Bill reluctantly gave in, let out an awkward sigh, and begrudgingly walked over to my buddy. He muttered something along the lines of, "Science is cool, do good in school, yeah," and promptly walked off, muttering under his breath. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can a beloved figure like Bill Nye have such a temper and curse at innocent kids? It's hard to wrap your head around it. Sure, I get it. It can be frustrating to be recognized all the time, especially when you're just trying to go about your day. But still, it's a bit disheartening to witness a pissed-off man muttering, "Fuck, god damn it, shit," simply because a kid had the audacity to recognize him. Despite these not-so-flattering encounters, I have to admit that I still enjoy a lot of Bill Nye's work. The guy has done some pretty awesome stuff in the name of science. And honestly, I'd love to have a sit-down with him as an adult and see what he's really like, you know? Just two adults shooting the breeze, exchanging thoughts and ideas. Maybe he was just having a rough day or dealing with some personal issues during those encounters. It happens to the best of us. So there you have it, my friends. The memory of Bill Nye, the science guy, throwing a tantrum in the grocery store and cursing at innocent kids will forever be etched in my mind. But hey, let's not judge him solely based on those moments. We're all human, after all, and we've all had our fair share of off days. Perhaps there's more to Bill Nye than meets the eye.
Story 2.
Beloved childhood adult figure turns out to be literally crazy and toxic. My best friend's mom was who I wanted to grow up to be as soon as I met her. She was independent, artistic, competent. She did home improvement / carpentry / roofing, painting, sculpture. She was open-minded and welcoming. She exuded confidence and creativity. They moved away suddenly, I lost touch with my friend, and she fell into memory as an adult who had a significant positive influence in my life during a turbulent time. 15 years later, I found her on Facebook. She was still an artist, and now lived on the other side of the country. I reached out on a whim, just to say I was thankful for her influence, and how much I looked up to her as an artist, especially since I had gone into painting and graphic design myself. Her response was to let me know that she was looking for an apprentice to help in her shop and work on big projects with her, and that after seeing my work she thought I would be a great fit. We chatted for a couple months, and I dropped my life to come work with her. From day one it was tense and strange. Small comments and jokes she made slowly turned into her reveals about her beliefs and ideology. By day 3 she was out about her beliefs that not only are there 3 types of aliens visiting Earth, but they talk to her in her dreams, that her dead mother has been her psychic companion since 1999 and whispers to her spiritual insight on people around her, that all illness can be treated with essential oils and colloidal silver, that the Archangel Gabriel watches over her, and so on. I've known some very out there people, and believe some odd things myself, but her absolute certainty allowed no discussion. When it came out in conversation that I had been sexually abused as a child, her response was that my reincarnated soul obviously had something to learn from the experience, and that was why I had chosen my parents and opted to be abused before I was born. When I expressed concerns that her business plans were not as sincere or thought out as our conversations over the summer had led me to believe, she assured me that the psychics she had consulted before my arrival had foreseen great success and profit. She asked if I believed in souls, and took my response, that I don't, as a personal attack, launching into an hour-long lecture on the time she had a dream about a woman's name, and weeks later the name turned out to be a dead relative's friend, therefore souls and telepathy. She made a lot of snap judgments, secret tests of my character that she'd lecture me on for failing, such as choosing to watch I Am Legend, when she told me to pick whatever I wanted. This choice proved I was an inconsiderate monster with morbid tastes for violence. I stayed as calm and diplomatic as I could during my, very short, stay, but it got increasingly difficult as she became more and more hostile. It was obvious that my skills as an artist were greatly advanced over hers, and it was awkwardly transparent as she sought random reasons to criticize me. She blamed my dark energy for making her physically ill for a day. She called me masculine for casually getting along with men, who are in her opinion impossible to work with because they make everything about sex, and said we were having trouble getting along because I didn't respect my mother. The whole experience was a letdown. I learned a lot of lessons about vetting potential business partners, and would have regretted /what-ifed it for the rest of my life if I hadn't gone, but learning that my childhood idol is a hypocritical New Age equivalent of a fundamentalist with little to no sense of logic was painful.
Story 3.
So, picture this. I'm at this really nice restaurant with my sister and cousin, enjoying our evening and chowing down on some delicious food. Little did we know that fate had something unexpected in store for us that night. As luck would have it, we were accidentally given Shawn Michaels' table. Now, for those who don't know, Shawn Michaels is a legendary professional wrestler and an all-around cool dude. Apparently, he had a specific table at this restaurant that he liked, and the management messed up their days, thinking he was coming on Thursday when it was actually a Tuesday. Oops. Feeling the embarrassment, the manager, a flustered but apologetic soul, approached our table and explained the mix-up. He asked if we wouldn't mind moving to another table, and to make up for the inconvenience, they would compensate us for the cost of our meal and offer us any other meal we wanted while we were in town. Now, my sister and cousin were totally cool with it, understanding the situation and all. But me? Well, I decided to play the role of the slightly difficult customer. I mean, come on, we had just been there for 15 minutes, barely even ordered. So I asked, "Can't we just finish our meal here? It's no big deal, right?" And then, out of nowhere, guess who shows up? Shawn Michaels himself, standing right next to the manager. The man, the myth, the legend. Let's call him HBK for short. He looks at the manager, who we now know is named Paul, and says, "Paul, these guys can finish. We'll be at the bar. I've got some time." At this point, I couldn't believe my eyes. My inner wrestling fan was doing cartwheels of joy. I mustered up all the courage I had and said, "Oh wow, I had no idea. Please feel free to give them the table." And you know what? Shawn Michaels was not just a wrestling superstar, but a genuinely good guy. He was grateful for my gesture, shook my hand, and thanked me. And that's not all, folks. As we finished our meal, my mind kept racing. Did he really just give me his number? Was that card he handed me for real? It was now or never, so I decided to give him a call that night. Long story short, we ended up having an unexpected 11-month love affair. Yes, you read that right. Me and the Heartbreak Kid himself, Shawn Michaels, had a whirlwind romance that spanned the globe. From the breathtaking landscapes of Morocco to the luxurious beaches of the French Riviera, and even underwater adventures while snorkeling in the Galapagos Islands, Shawn Michaels and I shared intimate moments together. Our bodies intertwined as one, exploring passion and love on 6 of the 7 continents. It was an experience that I'll cherish forever. So, there you have it. A chance encounter at a restaurant led to an extraordinary journey with the wrestling icon, Shawn Michaels. Life truly is unpredictable, my friends. Did you enjoy the video? Please like and subscribe for more videos like this.